All right, Lady Ada, what is this?
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Show and Tell. It's me, Lady Ada, with me, Mr. Lady Ada on camera control. We're broadcasting here from our secret headquarters in downtown Manhattan, where we have all the synthesizers.
We have some.
Send them out into the world. Got an exciting little show where we're going to have some show and tell, checking in with people from around the maker community and seeing what they're up to. So come on by. We're here for another 20 minutes or so. We're going to see what some Adafruiters are up to, and then we'll call on people from the community. So come on by with your tronics, your sewing, your 3D printing,
retro
your
hardware. We got a little bit of everything.
Whatever
every single week
you like. Okay, first up,
Jepler. What you got going on?
Hi. So I'm the guy with the synth that you were talking about. So let me show you my setup here a little bit. I recently purchased this keyboard at JP's suggestion, and I'm running it with the Feather RP2040, I think it's called Prop Maker board here. And the MIDI's coming in, so no computer doing any of this. Power is coming from a USB power bank. And I just got kind of a really demented, awful detuned sound tonight for you.
Cool.
So yeah, let's get this going here. And so with the, you can't see it. With this control here, I can bend the whole pitch of everything. And with this one, it's subtle, but it's changing the frequency of the tremolo effect that's applied to the notes. Yeah, that's a little hard to hear.
No, we got it. You can hear it.
Anyway, so what this is showing is a couple of weeks ago, I had implemented basic pitch bend and vibrato effects. And that was nice, but folks said, well, we really like this idea of LFOs that we have in other software where you can cascade them together to get different effects. And so this is the next step on the way to that. So there are LFOs, you can connect them together. And then the newest thing is you can do arithmetic. So like if you want to have the detune of a specific note be 1/12 of the pitch bend plus 1% of the frequency of the slider, you'll be able to do that. And then it just magically happens behind the scenes without running, without putting it in your forever loop that you're changing these variables. They just change themselves and oscillate and create richer or just plain old demented sounds. It's so.
I like the dementedness, though.
This was not tuned at the factory, but that's my making it that way.
Well, I'm digging it.
Good.
You're totally synthing out. I love it.
Well, I appreciate the folks like JP and Todd Bott and Mark and Liz who just are a wealth of information about this stuff. Otherwise, I wouldn't be as far along as I am.
Okay.
I feel like you can get spun up a lot faster and not get frustrated when you know people that are also doing it, because you can just kind of go through all the trial and error. You can just kind of skip over that part and just be like, this is the thing to get. This is the thing to try out, and try this because this will have that first golden 5 minutes where you're not like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a great CircuitPython library for getting the MIDI events in, and there's a great Learn guide about that. So that's also a kind of a key thing in learning what I'm doing here.
I read this thing once where every hobby costs $2,000, and like someone put together, it's like eventually it costs $2,000. I think every hobby costs time, and it'd be neat to have lots of little things. If someone wants to get into like snowboarding, here's 5 little things to do so you actually don't give up right away and like blow $2,000. So let's see how far you get.
All right. Well, I'll be maybe submitting a reimbursement invoice.
That's right. $2,000 budget. Okay.
Yeah, send
is that a chord? I think it is.
Send the reimbursement. We'll pay for the send. You're using it for work.
Thanks so much.
All right. See you around.
Scott, what you got going on this week?
Hey, how's it going? I have 2 things to show. So this is the first thing. So I was talking about flashing FPGAs from CircuitPython, and Lamore pointed out that she'd really like flashing just regular chips, their flash over SWD from CircuitPython, kind of a port of the Adafruit DAP library. So what we've got here is some output I have from CircuitPython where we are reading the identification of the chip, which is an NRF52840, some data about the flash size, and then it's starting to program it. So I've been working on getting programming NRF52840s from CircuitPython, kind of all at the highest level. So it's all bit banging. So it's going to be slow, but it hopefully will be reliable in those times where you just need to get your UF2 bootloader back, for example. So that's the first thing, and then let me switch to
You want your screen up, or do you want me to take it away?
just me.
All
So I
right.
have this, and sorry, there's a reflection.
Oh, yeah.
On the blog, I saw this cool weather display. Ignore I haven't done the days yet. The days are wrong.
I like the long clouds long.
Yeah, so like tomorrow's going to be cloudy, right? So I liked this design where it wasn't the same icon repeated every hour. And I've come up with a system where it's like for a given stretch, there's like a background one that tiles, like the long cloud.
That's a good idea.
There's like there's two icons that go in the middle of that span, which is cool. So you get the one sun over here and the one moon in that area. Yeah. And then the long cloud, there's actually like an extra dark part to the cloud there as well. And then I'm pulling it off, doing the days there as well. So I've been pretty happy with it. This is on the Inky frame, so it's running on the Pico W. And this was the project that inspired the JSON stream thing I think I showed last week.
Yeah.
But I didn't have all the graphics kind of like nice enough that it's actually quite useful. And I have a couple other things I want to do to it too, but it's neat to just kind of get that visual representation of the day.
It's a neat idea because we're all used to that with our calendars. Like if you block out days on your GCal, it carries across day to day. That's kind of a neat idea with weather, where it would have like, because that's kind of what I
like
want.
the idea of like long clouds. It's like, because you're like, it's going to be raining or sunny, but like when, and then you're like doing math in your head.
I would want to know if there's like 3 days in a row of sun. That'd be kind of nice.
Yeah, totally. And then
same whatever.
It's also doing sunrise, sunset times as well. So there's like night and day versions of everything too.
I used to think of like analog versus digital clocks, right? It's like digital digital weather. It's like every hour. This is analog weather.
Yep. Yeah, and that's using 7-color e-ink, so it looks kind of pretty.
Yeah.
It's not using all 7 colors because what do you do with green? But
raining frogs.
Blue, yellow, orange, black, white.
Well, it looks great.
All right, and congratulations, Scott, and everybody who works on Circuit Python. We are up to 400 boards on circuitpython.org. So we'll talk about that tonight on the show. But neat work because more than half the boards aren't even ours.
Way more than half.
Awesome. Way more than half. 100. So nice work, bringing in lots of people, lots of communities, lots of companies, lots of efforts to get Python on hardware out there.
Yeah, hugs to Silicon Labs for supporting us officially, which was cool.
Yeah.
So they actually came in and added support, which was awesome.
All right. Thanks so much, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Labs.
All right. So we're going to go to Mark, then Brent, then DJ Devon, and then Joey. Unless other folks come in, but that's the lineup. Mark, what you got going on?
Hey, Mark.
Hello. Well, I've been following all this synth work going on.
That's right.
So I'm just trying to bring it up.
It's cool since summer, which is hard to say fast.
Yeah. And all of this has got me interested. Just sort of you said about a new hobby. It's just like you pick something new up and dive into it.
We could do stuff with it now it kind of builds on the Circuit Python stuff we've been doing. Okay, so you got synth.
Okay, so there we go. I'm dealing with an echo to try to get the sound to you. So what I wanted to try to do is not just play the stuff that's going on. Did you hear those notes?
Yeah.
Okay. But at the same time, when I just got this controller, I was looking at the different software available to actually edit music and the pads. And I realized in MIDI, there's multiple channels and the pads can be different than the keyboard. So one of the things this keyboard is good for is playing drum beats. So separate from the synth code, I'm playing wave files so I can start playing drum beats.
Yeah.
And because this whole controller's got a sequencer, I can record something, which I did just before, and then start playing on top of it. So you can have your whole little studio going, and all this is just running on an M7 hiding out behind there.
That's cool.
And that's pretty much it.
So the drum sound, is that coming from the keyboard or is that coming from the Metro M7?
It's all coming from the Metro M7.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
You got some good drum effects going on there.
Yeah, I just grabbed them from one of the studio softwares that I got for free with a controller. But it plays back and sounds amazing. And then you can just layer on the keyboards on top. All this is actually the code that Tom wrote.
You're using like the wave playback for the drum samples because there's just like drum, and then you have synth.io on top.
Yeah, through Audio Mixer.
I got it to the Audio Mixer. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, it's worked really well, especially with the sequencer for the drums, and I could actually sequence audio or keys on top of that. And in theory, I haven't tried this yet, is set up 2 synth.io objects. So play 2 instruments as well as the drums.
No idea. You'll have to ask Jeff.
It might be time for me to announce, like, hey, if you make something with like synth and Python, send the music in, and maybe we'll use it for the intro music for our shows or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Send us a song when you're confident in your synthing abilities.
Yeah, well, I'll have to play around with it a bit more and see what I get out.
All right.
Thank you.
Right on. Thanks so much, Mark. Okay, next up is Brent, then we'll go DJ Devon, and then Joey. Brent, what you got going on?
How are you guys tonight?
Good.
So, similar to you guys, I have a new child in my life, and I made a couple of displays. I don't know, probably too bright, but one for upstairs.
Is that so you can see crib cam? Oh, no, these are, so you display photos of kiddo.
Yeah. So one's using a Titano and the other one's using the 3.5 feather wing display. And then also I made a e-ink display. Oops. So I can see what her temperature is in her room.
Oh,
nice.
20 minutes. So yeah. It's been a lot of work.
Yeah. We have a little monitor that tells us the temperature, and then I noticed when you put baby down for a little bit, and the first thing you do is look at pictures of baby.
Exactly.
I suspect that's what happened to you.
Go lie down in bed and look at pictures of Trickle Day.
Ooh, that's a lot of work. I'm a little tired. I should go look at pictures of baby now.
So I made a Python script, and I'll try and post it later, to rip through a folder of your pictures and then convert them all to the BMP.
Yeah, the format.
Yeah, for the your displays.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other parent, just to give people an idea of some like weird parent things. So the other thing, I'll take photos of her and then I'll show her the photos I just took.
Yep, I've done that.
Yeah, and she's like, "Hey, this is great. I know that baby there."
I really do enjoy taking video of her though, like when she's making all the noises.
Yeah,
so just so I can listen to them later.
Yeah.
Did you see the little voice cactus that'll repeat back whatever the kid said? They're on Amazon for like $20. They're super fun. Like they make noise and then make noises back.
Yeah, we got to bring that back out.
Yeah, some kids are terrified by it. Some kids like it. Our kid likes it, so she'll like and then like it'll get back.
I do want to say I really appreciate all your baby Einstein stuff that you guys have been doing.
Yeah, we have someone also working with us, Robert, who's going to show how to take apart and make more things to get rid of the default sounds.
Yeah, because I just think that's super cool. And now, as somebody that purchases all that stuff,
the sounds are so boring.
Yeah. I think the enclosures are like because this is the first time ever in my life that I've ever had baby toys. It's amazing that the things that I was writing about at Make Magazine a million years ago is like replaceable batteries, screws, not glues. Like all that stuff was contained in baby toys. It's like these are really good enclosures. They're low cost and they're sturdy. I think we'll see some parents.
But the songs are all like the same.
But the song, yeah, it's and I understand it's impossible to probably license.
Oh my god, I have them stuck in my head forever. Even when I'm at work, I'm still singing my kids' songs.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we want to do is have like just little portable things that all it does is play the song you want, and then you can change it on your own in a pretty easy way using something like CircuitPython. All right, well, keep coming back, Brian. I'm sure you're going to look at baby photos right after this.
Come back with more baby projects.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, DJ Devon, and then Joey. DJ Devon, what do you got going on this week?
Hello, and I do agree. I love the My Little Hacker stuff.
Yeah, it's fun.
This was supposed to be a workshop lamp, and I got the radius wrong with the diameter, and now it's just this massive lamp. So I've tried to figure out what I could do, and Lazy Susan. That was what I came up with. So
I mean,
it's a huge Lazy Susan.
You could throw it up in the air outside, and then you'll get blamed for UFO sightings. That's an option.
I thought about that quadcopter, but I'm just not the quadcopter kind of person. So this could also double as a like a little display piece.
Yeah, you could do something neat. And oh wow, that's really big. When a human arm is on there, I thought it was a little bit smaller. That's
no, it is massive.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
I got the radius mixed with the diameter. That's a bad thing. Don't do that. Massive.
You have to email your 3rd grade teacher and tell her she was right.
We crashed a probe on Mars because of that, I think, or something like that. So, all right, this is cool. Yeah, you could do some neat photos with that. And, you could probably get some prisms or some little mirrors and like really light up something kind of cool.
Yep, nice little display piece. That's what I'm thinking. That or something for like the family room table kind of thing. Yeah. It's a massive ring. I'm not selling them, so it's just a personal project that I messed up and had to pivot. And
all right, well, good
well,
work.
You could make one of those like those wall. People made those wall clocks that like it shows the time
tick, 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 tick.
over the ring. I mean,
I thought about that, but I have so many projects. I'd rather just do this and then move on.
Make it an ambient light.
You're finished.
Make it an ambient light. It looks cool.
Nice.
It's a transporter pad.
I think it's done.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great night.
All right. Good work.
All right. Last
All right, Joey. How's it going?
Howdy, y'all.
I just saw your one of your projects online just a minute ago, and I sent it to Lamar. It looked really neat. I don't know if you're showing that.
No, I'm not showing that actually. I'm showing something also feather related though.
Yeah.
So y'all stock the LCD feather wing, and one of my goals for this year is making more learn content for the feather wing, so people like know things that it's useful for. So I did this little guy. It's one of your ESP32 S2 feathers with the integrated BME 280, and it's like kind of a temperature display, like updates every minute or now every 10 minutes, and every hour it uploads to Adafruit.io. So here it's connecting to the internet.
Yay!
We got a little data.
And that's your custom LCD that you've got made?
Yeah, this is the custom LCD. So there you saw 2 of the indicators, the Wi-Fi indicator and the data indicator, and now little half moon says it's asleep. So it's in sleep mode now, and it's going to sleep for the next 10 minutes. And once an hour, when it wakes up and realizes, oh, it's been an hour, it'll log the data to Adafruit.io. And I just like the idea of making this a really, really compact. I mean, it's using that little 400 milliampere hour feather battery. So it's a really small thing.
You might be able to tuck the battery in between. That's kind of what it was designed for, is to fit between the 2 boards. But I don't know.
I'm a little paranoid about that because the Stemma QT connector inside kind of sticks up a little bit. So I'm not sure if I'm not sure my clearance, but I could try that for sure. But anyway, so I wrote up on the user pages on Learn Guides. I wrote up kind of a guide. It's almost done. And I'm just kind of working through the low power stuff right now, uploading or updating every minute. It lasted about a week on this 400 milliampere hour battery, but I'm hoping that like updating every 10 minutes now, maybe it'll last a little longer. So yeah, and I'll paste the link to the Learn Guide in the chat, but that's what I've been working on. Just
also, we're still, user pages are still really new, but we love we're one of the most prolific
just
users.
Some really good guys
already. Good guides. If you want us to promote it on the blog, just send it over and we'll be like, hey, here's a cool user guide. By the way, anyone can write these. I wanted to make it so people could write guides without necessarily having bits on learn.adafruit.com, because the editor is, we worked on the editor for so many years. I think it's really the easiest way to publish content.
I love the way you can put like link to individual products, and like it actually makes a lot of sense the way the block based.
No, you can like drag things back and forth, but like you can edit it.
We had one customer, one of the most prolific guide writers in the world, so
you can embed code.
We built it around. We built it around. How would Lady Ada use this?
Yeah,
we tried every tool out there. So
it's totally like written for me. Like I'm the one who's like, or Scott was like, I want Markdown support, and he's like, okay, and now you can write Markdown. The Markdown style. So. Whatever you want, it's possible to add it. So let us know when you feel like it's ready. We'll promote it. We'll let people know that this is one of the first user guide content pages that you've written.
All right.
Well, thanks, y'all.
Well, very cool, and good to see you again, Joey.
Good to see you too.
Bye.
All right, everybody. That is our show and tell this week. Thanks so much for joining us.
A lot of people haven't seen it in a bit.
Favorite half an hour of the week, every single week. We're gonna do Ask an Engineer. We'll have some co-hosts and hosts on Show and Tell. And then I'll follow up on Ask an Engineer, but just for the folks who are staying here to the end. Facebook mistakenly labeled the Show and Tell as hate speech. So you weren't able to watch the Show and Tell last week. But they fixed it. And we got a very terse note. Sorry for the mistake. So I'll talk about that. But this is all wholesome, people sharing good stuff. Ain't no hating here. So anyways,
it's all love.
I think the algorithms got out of control, and now it's okay again. Some humans were needed to right the ship again. So anyways, we're back. So if you're watching this on Facebook, welcome back. See everybody in a couple of minutes. That was Show and Tell. Yeah.
Bye, everybody.